Yeah, come. Okay, friends, welcome back to the session, another session of From the Thinking and Destiny. Before we go and connect to actual content of the book, let us connect with the consciousness of the author, Percival, and then we'll let the knowledge flow through his consciousness, through me, to all of us. So just let us do 5-minute meditation. Sirish garu. Sirish garu, are you playing music? Sit in a meditative posture. Clasp your hands and cross your legs. Focus on your soft, normal, tranquil breath. Just observe how breath is flowing through your body, how it is coming out. As Buddha mentioned, you cannot be doing another task while you are focusing on your breath. Connect to the consciousness of Percival. Bring your awareness to your body. Slowly place your hands on your eyes and open your eyes with a beautiful smile. Before we start today's session, let us have a recap of last session, what we have.
Hi everyone. So with gratitude to Pitamaha Brahmashi Patriji and Swarnamala Patri ma'am for giving us this path, and also to PMC USA for this platform. So welcome you all to another session of Book Club of Thinking and Destiny by Harold W. Percival. So in the last two classes, last two episodes, we had the introduction about the terms, various terms used in the book by the author. So first and foremost is triune self. So in here, all individuals, we have three individuality of ourselves: the doer part, and the thinker part, and the knower part. So the doer in the body is usually controlled by the senses, and therefore we are not able to be conscious of the ever present the other two parts of the thinker selves and the knower selves. So the basic uh, knowledge, the real self is to be identified, the self knowledge. This is what is the goal, ultimate goal of anybody, all the humans who are seeking. So this self knowledge, this is what we are now going to learn in this book, Thinking and Destiny. And then we learned about all these philosophies, like philosophy of um, Plato, Greek philosopher, what he says that know thyself, he says in his teachings. So he intended to discipline the mind in thinking, and by one's own thinking, he thought we would be able to, they would be able to enlighten. So his thinking was know thyself. And again, coming to Socrates, his method was dialectical system of intelligent Q&A, which if followed, will help to learn how to think and in training the mind to think. But no writings have come to us. So everything, though all the philosophers have explained, but those writings have been kept secret. Likewise, even the Indian philosophy, we have known that Tattvamasi, that thou art. Even this, it is not clearly explained, because it is not explained as to what is, who is that and or who is that thou. So they're not clearly identified, and so it is also not understandable. So so then the teachers said that there is no individuality apart from the greater universal self, which is universal, that is termed as Brahman. So they just said there is no individual self, it is only the Brahman. And then again, coming to Patanjali Yoga Sutras, then it says that Patanjali Maharshi says the practice of yoga, by doing the practice of yoga, the thinking may be disciplined, and then the Atman he can learn to suppress the feelings and desires and so on. Then one might be, able to reach the self. But all these teachings, they all fail to understand, it is not throwing light on the two aspects, main important aspects, as feeling and desire. So that is not at all touched upon in our Indian philosophies or teachings, or Eastern philosophies, to say. So, and then that is why the philosophy of feeling and desire, it is very important. It is very significant to know about those things. Even the Bhagavad Gita also, which is a pearl of India, even here the significance is hidden. Its real value is depreciated because of the mixed theories and only the scriptural doctrines, what it explains, the knowledge is hidden. And even coming to Christianity, though it has a vast literature, but there is no real knowledge, why it was intended, or what it is intended to teach in the beginning. That is lost by adding on the lots and lots of literature, even that the true knowledge is even lost there also. So all the philosophies, everything is explained in the introduction. And then mainly major part is coming to three bodies, three minds: body mind, feeling mind, and the desire mind. So even we discussed about that. So basically it is divided based on the sexuality. The man has usually the desire hand in the upper this one, and for the women it is usually the feeling mind. We discussed about that. And then the body, spirit, soul, we discussed about body. It is only the physical, the panchabhuta. It's made of the physical aspects. Spirit, it is the breath or the life force, which it is, and then the soul, which is imperishable, invisible structure, which is the self. And also we touch based upon the concept of time. It is like a web, it spins around either in the past or the future. It is usually the dual body mind, which does the thinking. So based on his thinking, the time, either it goes into the past or into the future, then he operates that, the body mind operates the time. And then coming to the consciousness, we touch based upon. So it is the final ultimate reality, consciousness. So it is the mystery of all the mysteries. And then we learned about lock and key. So lock and key is the body is the lock, and he is the key in this. So it is a mystery again. So how we use that key to open the lock, which is our body, and to know the mysteries of nature. So how do we unlock using our own body and soul? So this is the mystery. And also coming to the two great lessons which we all have to learn from the experiences we get. So what to do, what not to do. So that is the ultimate lessons, great lessons we need to learn. So these two great lessons, it is dependent on one's own will, whether we are willing to learn about these lessons. So if we, based on our will, we'll be able to get through, like know more about those lessons. But if we are not so willing, it takes like lifetimes, it gets postponed and we put off those lessons to future lifetimes. So now, because we are all willing to know about that self-knowledge, we all are here to learn more about this, what to do, what not to do. We are going to learn more about the self-knowledge. So let us all invite Prasanna ma'am for taking us through this knowledge. Welcome you, Prasanna ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deepika Garu. So let us move on to the main subject of this book now, because we understood the definitions, various definitions of consciousness, triune self, body mind, feeling mind, desire mind, all those things. So now author is slowly taking us the concept by concept. So the first chapter is talking about the purpose and plan of the universe. What is the purpose of? Everybody must have, suppose why we have to come, why we have to do all the things, whether we did a good or bad, again going back and again coming back. What is this? Why we have to come at all? What is the purpose of creating this universe? And how this universe is being run? So that is that's the topic we are actually focusing today, the purpose and plan of the universe. The universe, the entire universe is guided with one plan. with a single plan. It is same for everybody. It could be the weakest of weakest person, or it could be to the God. For anybody, the plan is same, the rule is same. Based on one rule only, the entire universe is working on. So it is not a different for the gods, or it is not different for the normal people or anything. So it is all the same. Okay, this plan without exception, even God to the weakest person, it is the same. It is ruling all the visible world of change and also the invisible worlds of change. Not only the visible worlds of change, even the invisible worlds, it is beyond the visible worlds also, that it is working only on this particular rule. It can be understood by the man and how it affects. We can understand that man, and many of us know. Here he is giving, that is the law and justice. This term also I have introduced in the last class. What is that law and justice? Okay, in Hindu mythology or Hindu terminology, we call it as karma. So law of karma. So the same thing, which is actually doing, but law of karma, how it happens, even before law of karma it happens, right? How that karma we are doing, how that positive karma or a negative karma, or the good karma or bad karma, how that particular karma we are able to do it. It's nothing but the law of thought. That is the law based on which everything is working. If something is there with us, means that is the just exterioration of our somebody's thought, that item or that light or lamp or TV or computer, whatever, it came with the exterioration of somebody's thought. So everything existing in this physical plane, whatever that we are seeing, whatever that we are existing, including us, it is nothing but exterioration of a particular person, but one's thought. So everything is working under the law of thought. This must be balanced. This thought must be balanced. So when this thought is balanced, then we do not have any issues, because our thoughts are not balanced. Then because of that only, we may be able to do, we may go with the good karma or a bad karma, or whatever the things that we do, everything, not only the karma will come, not only with the deed that you are doing, not only with the task that you are doing. So the karma will come, the law of justice will start working, the thought, what you are thinking about the other person, or what you are thinking about other things, the thought. And the second one is the walk, that is whatever that you are saying, the word. And third thing is what you are doing actually, whatever the act that you are performing. Based on these three, the law of justice will start working. So the first thing, so how the word will come? Because if thought is there, the word will come. If the word comes, then only you are able to do, you will do some task. If you think good, you may do the good task and you may accumulate a good karma. If you think bad, you may do all the bad deeds and you may accumulate the bad karma. So this law and justice is the rule, if that is working on. Before that law and justice, to accumulate the thing, what is working behind you is the law of thought. So that is the basic motto for everything, the law of thought. So this law is this, again you may say that, is this, when you are saying that this is the rule for everybody, or this is the only based on the rule that entire universe is working on, so this is the same for everybody. The law of justice is same, but it all depends upon the person's responsibility, the person's the task that he is doing, time, condition, place, everything is there. It all depends upon that. So then only the law works. Suppose if you kill a person, if you kill your neighbor, definitely you will be accumulating a bad karma. But if a soldier is killing while he is protecting a country, that the good karma will be accumulated there. So killing is the same here and there, but the purpose, the thought is the different. Okay, the responsibilities are different between us and between him. So even though everything is working under the law of thought and law of law and justice, but again this law is depending upon the time, depending upon the responsibility of that particular person and the place that they are doing it. So this is the law of thought, is the destiny. That is the one which is the rule. Law of thought is the destiny. Even God, if he thinks bad, then he has to face it. If he is, forget about whether how true it is or not, because I'm taking an example from mythology. So if it is true or not, suppose if you say I heard one lecture I heard, Sita Devi, when he is actually going for in the forest, right? When Ravana came in the form of, or some Maya lady came, right? So then Lakshmana, he asked him not to go. Lakshmana don't want to go, but Sita asked him to go because something happened to Rama, but he don't want to go. He thinks that no, nothing will happen to my brother. He is a all-knowing person. He can take care of himself. I have to protect Sita Mata. So that is what he is thinking. But in that moment, the Sita Mata thought some negative thought in her mind, saying that what is Lakshmana is having any interest on me? Why he is not going when the brother is actually doing that? Then that thought in the later part of her life, that's what they say. And that's why I'm saying, but after reading a Sita Enam, you may say this has not happened. Yes, I too agree. But if that is the truth, then because of that, because there is some, again, Dobi did something, and because he doubted her, right? So you should not, even in the thought, I can only take that point, whether that is true or not. So even the thought also, the bad thought on somebody also will affect your life. You have to face that consequence. So what I'm saying is, why I took the Rama example is, here it is for a normal people or for the gods, the same law of destiny, the law of thought is the destiny. That is what it is going to work. We may call it as a kismat, karma, or fortune, or whatever the names, right? Prediction, providence, will of God. So law of cause and effect. Law of cause and effect is exactly the karma. Law of causation, retribution, punishment and reward, hell and heaven. These are all the terms that we use. But exactly what is happening under all these things is the law that essentially all the above are thinking is the basic factor. Thinking is the basic factor that is shaping the human destiny. If you are thinking right, your destiny is right. If you are thinking wrong, your destiny is wrong. So always, that is why we always say, be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of what you are doing. Nowadays, we are not even aware of what we are eating. We are doing something, we are browsing and eating. That's not the thing. Be aware of whatever that you are doing. Then you will be able to focus your mind to the right things. In present, it present everywhere. This law of thought is present everywhere and anywhere and everywhere. So this is the only thing that is ruling entire the human thing. No deviation from it, no exception. This is the law of thought. This is the universal law that it is existing. It is only the operation of this law that people exist together on this earth, not only physical acts, but their results thus ordered. Not only the physical acts, because we are together, but also whatever the results that are coming also, it is only that because of that thought, law of thought only, we are existing. Suppose if you are born again with some family, we are coming back, that's what we say, that we are coming back again and born in some family, or we are meeting somebody in a airport or somebody. It is nothing. Even if you are meeting for a while, and you are actually exchanging some conversation, that is not a coincidence. There is some bondage, something is happening, something should happen. That is why you are actually exchanging some conversation, you are extending some relationship. That is all. There is some cause will be there. And this is the law of thought that is actually ruling. So you may be thinking about that person in some before or some time before. That is the reason why through that particular person came to you and talking. Every stone, every plant, and every animal, every human being and has its own place, and every missionary has its own place. All this comes only because of someone's law of thought only. Everything existed in the nature. Otherwise, it will not exist. So nature, only the what is that existing in the before, it's only the nature. Nature is a machine composed totality of the unintelligent units. It's a machine, a total unintelligent units, but someone's thought make it everything was intelligent until the consciousness as their function. So until the consciousness comes into them, and until that, these are all just the nature, just unintelligent units. But once the consciousness comes into them, and once the thinking starts, then entire mechanism has started, and this law of thought, law of justice, everything started. The nature machine is composed of laws. Through this, it is operated by intelligent and immortal ones, that is completed, that is compiled by the triune self. So who is actually operating this immortal bodies? Immortal body is operated by triune self. Who is the triune self? Doer, knower, and thinker. So these three parts together is operating this consciousness. So this consciousness is also a nature unit. Initially, this is also a nature unit. And then once we are actually starting under these things, the consciousness is operated by all the three people. The university machines are perfect physical bodies composed of balanced natural units. So in the beginning, these units are very perfect composed units. I will just give you how it was started. So if we say that it's a Big Bang theory or any other theory, we say there is a big, the Paramatma, and from there everybody came. So that we all agree, right? So when everybody there, when we have that knowledge that we came from that one supreme source, one supreme consciousness, initially people have that kind of knowledge. We are all coming from the supreme source. So the people are coming to the earth, and not only because their frequency was such a high that they're not only able to be in the physical world, they are able to access the other world also, because they used to vibrate at high frequencies, not like our dense bodies. So when they are having that pure consciousness, they are able to vibrate and they are able to go to the any world. So at that time, what is happening? People can roam around, and because they know why they came to this earth, they know. So they are coming, they are just enjoying this earth planet, and they are going back. Okay, so then the thought, the same supreme consciousness, some thought came, because people are coming, going, because they all know that they are the part of the supreme consciousness. Nothing is happening. So everybody was happy. So then supreme consciousness, whoever the Paramatma, started thinking, let me give some thinking part also to this human being. That is where all the things started. Okay. Once the thinking part was given, so we, the perfect bodies, until then we are just having the very balanced, perfect bodies. We are running this mechanism, perfect mechanism, just coming. We know, everybody know, okay, somebody else is doing something. Okay, that is part of his life, his life plan. So he will do that. I'm not interfering his life. So I'm doing my own plan, my own life, because I know why I came here. So I'm doing my own plan, I'm living my life and going back. The other person is also doing their own plan, and there's no interference. Whenever we have to meet, and people are meeting. So then the own conscious, own thinking nature was given by this supreme consciousness. Then the balance started waking. So that's where actually all this law of justice, law of cause and effect, all these things come, because you started thinking independently of that supreme consciousness. So the in Hindu, you call it as, you started, the Jivatma, you started thinking independently of that Paramatma. So you are forgetting the fact that you came from that Paramatma. So you are forgetting that Paramatma nature also. So each function in this university mission started low. We are vibrating at the low frequencies. We are not able to get all the other worlds also, because we ourselves are vibrating at the low frequencies only, at earth frequencies only. We are able to vibrate. So only phenomena of the machinery is seen. The nature machine itself is not seen by the mortal eyes. Actually, this machine, entire machine, right? How this nature machine started. So he will, when going forward, he'll explain like how actually the entire thing was started, the entire universe was started. He will be explaining in this book, coming books, how what actually come first. From that, first the sound came, then from that the water came, from that air came, from that again the Agni came. How the nature has came. So entire thing is based on the nature only. So the nature machine itself is, that nature machine, what it is doing is not seen by our mortal eyes. You cannot see that. Only your knower part can see. If you can think, your knower part can see. Being a doer part, you cannot see all this machine. The intelligence and the complete triune selves who direct the operation cannot be seen by the human. The complete triune self, how it is actually operating, you cannot be seen. I'll just share you one picture so that you'll get an idea. Let me share. Am I able to share? Are you able to see my screen? Yes, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, here if you see, right, this is the total sphere of the earth. This round, total round is the total sphere of the earth. So the earth sphere, the seen or unseen, the total. So the entire thing. Then it is the light world. If you see in the light world, life world, and form world. There are three worlds. If you see form world, we will discuss. You may don't get confused, because just remember the names here. We will going through our lessons, going through the book, we will be able to know form world, life world, and light world. So these are so that is why we are all the light bodies, we will say, right? It is not that we are not just the physical bodies, we are all the light bodies, light. And what is this? If you see inside, right, what is this? This is what the realm of permanence, the small one, right, inside, that is the realm of permanence. That is our ultimate home. That's where we need to go. Everybody wanted to go there. That's the ultimate home. So this line represents, in this earth, right, this line represents going down from light world, life world, and a form world, and again from form world to life world to light world, and again coming back. So here we are in this triangle, whatever this triangle is there, right? We are in this circuit. This is a line of progression, how we are progressing it, and how we are actually coming back to the unintelligent units. Here he will say, whenever you are in that physical doer part, you are in the unintelligent part. So that this is what, see, you are coming from light world to life world to form world. Form means you are coming back, and then you are forming, and you are going back, if you are progressing back here. So the degree of the breath form here. So here we say that the AIA form. So in the next example, here you may be able to see the unit depends upon the element, the sphere of fire initially, the sphere of air to the sphere of water to the sphere of earth. These are the four worlds, four things, four elements, because we are all made up of these five panchabhutas. So that is what he has mentioned. Either is the one, other one, fire, air, water, earth, and ether. Then through the four worlds, light world, life world, form world, and then physical world. So these are all the four worlds through four planes. What are the planes? Light plane, life plane, form plane, and physical plane. They are coming up. And the four states. What are those states? So light plane is a radiant state, life plane is a airy state, and form plane is a fluid state, and the physical plane is a solid state. That we are all there. And what are the invisible substance? Through invisible substances are radiant solid, airy solid, and fluid solid. So we are all having those all the things. Even though we feel that we are just this physical body, we are the radiant solid, airy solid, and fluid solid. So when you are all crossing all these things, the last degree of the nature unit, we are going to the breath form. So at the end, going to the breath form, and from there you are going to the intelligent form. That means from doer to, when by crossing all these things, you are going to the knower and thinker and knower form, right? So this transition from here, the physical units to this intelligent units is called AI point or AIA line. So this is where you go here. So this is a new word that Percival has introducing, AIA units. Okay, where we are going from here to here. So from unintelligent to the intelligent, you can remember, from unintelligent doer part to knower thinker part. So then we are going here. You are in the intelligent part. You are going in order of knower, thinker, and desire. So there you are able to find out what is your triune self. There you are able to stop. I'm just stopping it. So there you are able to see what is your triune self. And once you try to understand what is your triune self, then it started, because once you know that you are not just the body, then you started thinking about what is there. You started thinking about who am I and what is the purpose of the life. Once you know the purpose of the life, once you start meditating, and when you know the purpose of the life, you will be able to understand what you have to do it, So once you are aligning, once your tasks are aligning with the purpose of the life, there you are able to make a progression. So once you are able to make a progression, you are traveling from unintelligent units to the intelligent units. So you are traveling from doer, you are moving your actions from doer to the thinker to knower. Suppose if you may say that, just a normal example, right? Suppose if you see that, oh, I'm fortunate enough to get so many luxuries in my life, so let me enjoy the things. So that is a one way of thinking. That means that you are in the doer part. Second words, the second you may think that, why the God has given me, because God is equal to everybody, right? He is not a sadist to give some richness to the some people, some smartness to some people, and the poorness to some other people. He is not a sadist, right? So everything is working on the law of thought only. So why he is given a fortunate, why he has given all these things? Once you started thinking, then you will be able to know the purpose why he was given to you. Maybe you have some purpose some purpose that you need to help other people with this, whatever that you have. So that purpose, once you got it, then you will be able to travel in the right direction. So you will definitely move into the right directions. So gods here, gods, who are there? So next, coming to the point, gods will say. So we are talking about the religions and gods. So gods are intelligent, nothing but once you become knowing, your knower to, once you go from the knower to the thinker and knower part, then you will become a god, because you are able to understand what is the triune self. You are able to understand what, because knower inside one is the Paramatma, or the all-knowing God, or omnipotent, so omniscient, omnipotent. So everybody, it is there. You know what exactly it is. So once you know yourself, then you are become that complete triune self who can rule the world. Who can rule? So who can rule the world in the sense, who can rule the world with your thought? It is not the power again. Okay, it is due to this operation. So your destiny is depending upon, it's in the physical plane or even the other planes. Your destiny is depending upon, only depends on your thought, law of thought. Next, coming to the religion. So why this religion come into that? So these religions came into the picture because these are the substitutes to tell you the knowledge. Religions did not come to fight that Hinduism is a great or the other religions are great or not. Every religion has its own things. It is the way of explaining how this knowledge comes, this self-knowledge. So even if you take, because we have read so many scriptures of Hinduism, so that self-knowledge was taught to Rama, Lord Rama, by his Guru Vasishtha. The self-knowledge was taught to Arjuna by Lord Sri Krishna. That self-knowledge was taught by Baba to many people, even now in the world. So, but how many of us actually going to that particular thing and knowing that self-knowledge? So that self, who am I? Ramana Maharshi, he kept on entire life, he said, who am I? Learn about your self-knowledge. So ultimately, what we all have to do, if you start thinking, who am I? What is the purpose that you came into this life? What is the purpose? Then you will be able to achieve. Go to that knower, thinker part, then automatically it will reach you, or it will make you to go to the knower part. God is supposed to be always, that you know. So God is all powerful, ever present, all these things. Then why these religions? Why people are fighting? That God is not making us to fight. God never asked us to fight. Only thing, the people who is thinking, my God is great, my personal God is great, the people's thinking is making. It is not the God thing. Okay. Even if you observe the Bhagavad Gita when you are reading, he'll say that do that Atma Gnanam. If you cannot do that, do this. If you cannot do, he'll try to simplify the things, and he's trying to give. But he never say that if you don't worship me, something will happen to you. Nothing. He is not God. Who is a complete triune self is not a sadist. A solution. What is the solution? So they will say that, yeah, because of God will say that, because in Hinduism we say that karma siddhantam or whatever else, we will say that whatever the good you do, next janma you will get a good janma. Whatever bad you do, you will get that bad janma in the next janma. Bad consequences you have to face. So this is the way of knowledge. In Christianity, they say if you do good, you will go to hell. Heaven. Otherwise, you go to hell. So that is what we. So each And every religion has given some rationality, how you can do it, how, what is the way that you can do. This is the mark. Okay. So what is that? A rationality of the law of thought is marked contrast to various contradictory or irrational teaching. So this law of thought is marked contrast. So irrational thinking, if you are thinking, that was contrast, made contrast with this law of thought. You will find a logic behind it. So law of thought, if you understood, law of justice, if you understood, you may think like, why some people are like this, why some people are like this. You will find that logic. You will find the law. Suppose if some person, some X person is making you suffer, because of that person, if you are suffering, when you understood the law of justice or law of justice or law of thought, then you may be thinking, maybe I might have done something wrong to that particular soul in some way or some day or some janma. So because of that, I might have designed that I will take that pain this janma. So because of that, he is coming in my life and is able to, he is helping me to get rid of that karma. If you think that way, then you will not have any ill feelings about the other person. So when you understand that particular law of thought and law of justice, you will be able to lead a very, very happy life. So fact next, so if who is actually with this law of thought or law of the justice, who is actually doing it? Who you may say, who is doing it? Is it your soul? Is it your mind? Is it your intellect? Or is it your body? Definitely we know the body is not. We ruled out. The body is just the machine that it is doing. We are just carrying this machine because with the help of this machine, we are doing the things. When we are doer part, we are using this machine and doing the things. Even when we are thinker, we need to have this body, because in thinking also we need to use and we have to do the things, right? So in that also we have to use, but that is the thing. So soul emanation is how that soul emanation come. As I explained you before, the soul is a supreme being. All the sources, everything, right? Living, non-living beings, stones, plants, animals, everything came from that supreme soul only. So everything existing that is on the earth plane or the other planes or the other universes, everything came from one supreme source, one supreme being. Either soul comes from the, or you may say that, so this different, why the difference is that soul may be coming from the different existences, different rebirth, reincarnations, so that we may come. But in the Western, so he is also saying that in Western things, they won't believe that rebirth or reincarnation, because they believe only you have one life. In the one life, you will come as either a man or a woman, and you just enjoy and you will go. That's what that's what the Western philosophy says. That again, he asks, when the supreme soul is the same thing, when it is coming, everything is coming from that, why the differences? If you go to that logic, you will find the answer. Why that differences? Why that Western also say that if you don't do good, then you will go to hell. Why that says? What is that hell? So when you are actually digging into that, you will be able to understand that there is not that one incarnation. The soul is actually taking a birth again and again, and it is experiencing, or it is learning the things through with the human body. The soul is annihilated and returns back. Essence so it is coming back, and it has to learn all the things. One day it has to understand a complete triune self. I am not the body, I am not my mind, I am not my intellect, I am the I came from that supreme Paramatma, and I have to go back. So one day he has to understand. Everybody will be given a chance to understand in each and every lifetime that we come to this earth. Once we understand, we'll go back. Once we, so until then you will be taking. It goes immediately. Yeah. So as per the thing, it goes immediately. So as soon as the body dies, what it goes immediately to the hell or heaven. That is the Western. Or they may also say that you will go to that purgatory period. We talked. We also come across this purgatory when we are discussing the other souls things also. So purgatory period is the one where the soul enters and it takes rest, kind of thing. So it will go some because after the entire life it has lived, it will go there and it stops. Okay, and then it will think of, so what means, it will think of, and it takes rest, and once the judgment time comes, so who is judging again? As per that, the God judges. That's what here we say. But when you went to the higher world, so the judging, who is judging is you yourself are judging, because you are not the human body, because you are in the all-knowing. You will be able to have that. You will be able to judge yourself. Whether you have done good or not, you will be able to do that. So that is what he is saying. So souls will understand what you have done wrong, what you have done right, and then it comes back to the earth to have that experiences. What is that experience? Suppose you hurt somebody, you want to take that hurt and how that it feels, and then you want to get rid of that karmic bondage that you have it, right? So like that, you may come out of it. Okay, that's what he is saying. Okay, this is how you will be able to come back and experience the thing. This is what the birth and rebirth things. What he is also saying is, in all these religions, he is the one which is actually saying the one. But ultimately, what we have to say is, you and you are responsible for your life. You and you only are responsible for your life. Nobody else is responsible for your life. No, any religion, you may follow any religion belief, you only, your thought is the one you are responsible. If you are thinking right, your life will be good. If you are thinking wrong, that thinking or that intellect may come from the different incarnations, but because you worship, because what is happening is worshipping of that God. Why this thinking? No religion is accepting this fact. He says that whether it is Eastern religions or Western religions, no religion is accepting this fact that you and you are the only the responsible for your life. Why? Because the in between, even if you those who see that celestial prophecy, there you are having the 10 insights, 10 or 12 insights, right? So there also it is the same thing. So if somebody want to reveal that insights, they will be killed, or they, because they wanted to hide those insights. Why? Because the normal human beings, they do not, they don't, because these people who are religion heads are the God, they want, in the name of the God, they want to take that power. They do not want all the people to get evolved, all the people to go into that triune self. Because of that, you are struck with your own rituals or with your own things. But for anything you are doing, right, if you actually know the meaning and if you are doing, then you will get evolved. That is what he is saying. So any religion, it will not accept. Religion, he will say that you have to follow that, you have to follow this. If they say that you and your own, you are responsible for your own destiny, your thoughts is the only thing, then nobody goes to the church, or nobody goes to the anywhere, right? They won't go. That's where the problem comes for all these religion head. No teaching will accept this. So this is the fact. But this is what Parsival is trying us, is making us to understand. So try to understand. This is the fact. You are making your own destiny. Your thoughts are making your own destiny. That is the ultimate thing. Do not go. That is that is the rule for anything. And also, because of these things only, because of this, because of your thoughts only, your destiny is designing. Okay, that is what I would like to tell here. Because before I go to the next topic, I'll just stop here. What we are going to cover next, so those who want to have just a glimpse, next class we are going to cover the soul. We are talking about the general, right? General, the rule. So that soul, what it is doing when we are doing all the things, what the soul is in. Soul is not something outside, right? Soul, do not think that soul is above your body. Soul is there within your body. Soul is there. As long as that soul is within your body, it is. So what is that? When soul is coming from that all-knowing supreme power, why the soul is not controlling us? Why the soul is not directing us? Why we are actually in these things? Why we are doing all the things? Again, that law of thought and law of karma will come into the picture. But that soul, we will be discussing in detail in coming classes. How the soul is doing, what is, how we can. Soul is nothing but living soul, right? So if I'm here, that's a living soul. What I'm doing with the help of the soul, how I can achieve how I can progress through this body, that soul, and theory concerning the destiny of the soul, how the soul can be evolved. These things we will be we'll cover in the coming class. And now I'll stop here and I'll open up for the questions.
Wow, yet another amazing session, Prasanna. It's so wonderful to know about thinking this creates our destiny. This is what usually the philosophy of PSSM, right? Patricia keep insisting that you create your reality, you create your destiny. So that's what the Percival is going to say, trying to say in this. So friends, open up. Anybody wants to share your insights, or you want to have clear any of your doubts or topics you want to discuss, feel free. And you can ask Prasanna ma'am.
Yes, be aware of your thoughts. Yeah, be aware of your thoughts. That is the ultimate thing we have to learn. So not just we are actually commenting on anything also, right? So we try to comment unnecessary things also in the life. We just go and talk something which is not necessary. So whenever you are talking, right, think of this way. I'll give you a simple thing. Whatever you are talking, think, is it useful to me? Or if I'm talking to somebody else, is it useful to the other person? Or is it useful to the somebody, either to you or to the other person? Is it useful to somebody who is not there in that conversation? Then only you talk. Otherwise, don't talk. That's a simple thing. So how you can be aware is, right? Simple technique, you just use it, whether it is useful to you or to other person or to the somebody who is not there at that particular place. If you start thinking, you can avoid so much unnecessary talk. So in turn, you can avoid so much karmic bondage, unnecessary thing. So because you are not talking, you don't want to think also. So you won't think, because you stopped at the thinking. Once that thought comes, you think, is it useful? No, then stop it. Because in day to day, if you think, that's what is 50 to 60,000 thoughts we are doing. Means what is that thoughts that are they useful for us? Routine, we do most of the 90% of our life is routine. How our day yesterday, that will be the day today also. Then what are we doing with those thoughts? 50, 60,000 thoughts. So unnecessary thoughts. We are writing our destiny with the unnecessary thoughts. So focus, calm your mind, focus.
Wonderfully said. Super. Friends,
Any questions?
Feel free to talk. You can open up, share your insights.
Raise your hands, maybe. Deepika can.
I guess they can unmute themselves. Everybody's replying in the chats. Amazing session. Wonderful.
Yeah, thoughts must be balanced. Yeah, that is the balance. Once you are in the balanced state, you will be reaching the Paramatma. You will be reaching to your triune self. Once you are in the triune self, you will not come back. So we have to balance our thoughts. That's an ultimate thing.
Wonderful explanation, Prasanna. Thank you. I guess Rajni wants to talk. Bala ma'am, you're all unmuted.
Yeah, Rajni got unmuted, yes.
We're not able to hear you, Rajni ma'am. Are you trying to talk?
రజనీ గారు వినిపించట్లేదండి.